Hey everyone, it's me, Michelle. I just wanted to give you an update on my second fertility specialist um, visit. So, my husband and I went back on March 6th, and um, the doctor's well renowned here in the Houston area. He's a very well known doctor. So, we got there, and he had all my paperwork. I had taken everything with me, all my medical records. So we got there and he looks over everything, and he said, and now if you recall before, with the first fertility doctor, my diagnosis was unexplained infertility, and my husband had slightly low mortality, but nothing major. So when we go to this doctor, I took all my medical records, he looked at everything, and he said, well, there wasn't a sign of scarring. It said unexplained. He's like, but he's been in the business long enough to know. He's like, just like you have external scars after a myomectomy, he's like, you have internal scarring. He was like, now they may not have been prominent enough to show up in the tests that were done. He was like, but there's scarring. He was like, and that coupled with my age, probably is why we haven't gotten pregnant. And then he said, he did say that he didn't, he suggested we do IVF and genetic testing or whatever. And he said that body wise, or during the testing, that my follicles I was producing more like somebody 37. Now remember, I just turned 40 in February, but I was producing more like somebody that was 37 or so. And he did, just like I said, I don't know if in one of my previous videos, I said that the depot shot was one of the worst decisions I'd ever made. I don't know why the doctor offered that to me, and he was saying the same thing. He was like, why did she offer you the depot shot? Because it can take so long for you to ovulate afterwards. And I've read that some people, it's taken them 18 months to ovulate after one depot shot. So I didn't have that problem. It was probably 4 months before 4 or 5 months before my cycle became regular. And then, I've been having regular cycles since. Anyway, long story short, we did go, and my husband went, and he said, I was really glad I took my husband, because he finally got to hear what I've been trying to tell him, because he seemed more like this was my project. Oh, this is what she wants to do. She can go. But when he went, he understood what I've been telling him. My options for becoming a parent are either IVF or some type of fertility treatment or adoption. Those are my only two options, because my body's not naturally getting pregnant. And so he finally understood after we went to the visit. He was very supportive, my husband. Anyways, I walked away. Initially, I was a little disappointed, because I was like, oh my gosh, we can't get past this, and I knew, but I wanted to hear better news. You wanted to get a little bit better news, and it was the same. But when I walked away, I told my husband, I said, you know what? I just want to be a mother. I don't have to, the child doesn't necessarily have to come through my body. That's just me personally. And so I told him what we'll do is adopt, in Lord willing, in like 2 years, a year or two, 2019, 2020, we'll be ready for adoption. Right now, we're trying to purchase a home, and we'll get that out of the way. And I told him, let's just enjoy each other for now, and we'll cross that bridge, in a year or two. For me personally, that was like a huge weight lifted off my shoulders, because for the past 3 years definitely, and probably since we got married, we've been married for 5 years, probably since we got married, and definitely a couple of years into the marriage, all I wanted was that small little family. All my life wanted to be a mother. And I always wanted to adopt, but I didn't think that adoption would probably be one of the only options for me. But I told my husband, I don't want to spend $40,000 on a treatment or whatever. And I don't want to put my body through that personally. That's just that's for me personally. I don't want to put my body through that. I'm already 40. I'm actually healthy. I don't have any issues. I'm not having any problems. After that myomectomy, I don't have cramps with my cycle. I have a slight cold. But everything, I feel great. You know what I mean? I've started exercising, and I eat good, and I feel really good, and for me personally, I don't want to, mess up anything. Not that a pregnancy messes up things, but I don't want to put that kind of strain on my body. I'm actually pretty healthy. So for us, I don't see us doing fertility treatment. I told him we're not going to spend that kind of money. We're going to get into our house, and in a year or two, Lord willing, we'll look into adoption. But we're doing stuff this year. We got a cruise coming up at the end of the year, and we're planning on going a couple of different places. And so, but I've never, honestly, for me, I have not been at peace like this probably since we got married, because I just felt like, and it's so hard because people are always like, oh, when y'all gonna have a baby, and da 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 da, and it's just so hard. It's not just you wanting a child, it's your whole family wants you to want a child or wants you to have a child. And everybody feels like that's the next step. Once you get married, you start a family. And so the comments were just as hard. And then the same people that ask questions are not there for you. They're not there for you when you're going through, and like I said before, I got really upset with some people because when I was going through the fertility process, I felt like they weren't supportive. But I understand. I'm beginning to understand. The Lord has really been dealing with me on this, because it's hard, because people don't know what to say. So sometimes they ask too many questions, and that's frustrating. Sometimes they don't ask enough questions, and that's frustrating. And so they don't know. And so I understand that as well. But it was really hard for me. And I'm just now get to a point where I'm like, okay, Michelle, it wasn't, you can get over it, forgive, and move on. And, and I'm excited about adopting. Like I said, I've always wanted to adopt. I've always, and being a mother to me means a lot, but it doesn't mean that the child again has to naturally come through my body. So I'm excited. It's like I lay down at night and I see us with a baby. It's funny because I'll have dreams. I've had dreams several times that friends of mine were pregnant, and they were pregnant. I've never had a dream that I was pregnant, but I've always had a dream that I've had a child. I've always had dreams that I'm holding a baby or playing with a baby, or, and it's my baby. But I've never had a dream that I was pregnant. So, and I'm totally okay with that. I'm like, Lord, however you want to use me, however you want to do this, but my request is, Lord, let me be a mother. Let me be a mother, and like I said, the child doesn't really have to come, like I said, through my body. It's just long, let me be a mother. Let me be able to have a child that I don't have to send home at the end of the day, or the end of the weekend, or the end of the week. So that means a lot to me. And, but I'm excited. Like I said, I think the day that happened, March 6th, I was a little down. I got home. My husband was so supportive. It kind of made it a lot easier. When you have a good support system, it makes things a lot easier. So I was a little down, and my husband was very supportive and asked a lot of questions, and we talked about it, and he finally seemed to understand, which made a huge difference. And then my stepson, my husband's oldest son, he has two children. They're grown, 21 and, well, almost grown, 21, about to be 22, and 17, about to be 18. And his oldest stepson, my oldest stepson came by, and mind you, they have a estranged kind of relationship, so we barely see him. He'll come, we see him maybe twice a year, and literally he out the blue, my husband and I are just, I've taken a melatonin because I'm like, I'm tired, I need to relax and make sure I get to sleep. My husband's laying on the bed and we're just talking, and then out the blue, my stepson calls and comes by, and like I said, we hadn't seen him probably since last year sometime, and it just made us feel like, I know it made my husband happy, of course, but it made me feel like, okay, God, this is not the end of the world. It's not over. This is not the ideal situation, but we always ask the Lord, use us anyway. Use me anyway. However you want to use me, let my life be a testimony. But we always tell that to God. But then when our life is really a testimony, when we're really going through, it's hard, but at the end of the day, I'm like, God, you are good and you are faithful, and it is okay. As long as I get to hold my baby, as long as I get to be a mother, like I said, the child does not, have to biologically be mine. And so that excites me. And like I said, the fact that for years I've been stressed behind this, and now I'm just not. I'm like, oh, wow, this is awesome. You know what I mean? So it means something to be able to be stress-free for a change. And so I'm able to enjoy my husband more, my family, and I know that in a year or two, I'm going to be able to be a mom. I believe the Lord's going to open that door too. So anyways, I just wanted to give you an update. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I will try to get back with you. I'm going to try to start posting more videos more frequently. Maybe not so much on fertility, maybe more on, encouraging women, us encouraging each other, things like that. Because I know that's what we need, especially going through this journey, and like I said, I haven't got it solved right now. I'm fine, but in a month or two I might go back to the whole, maybe I should try the fertility thing. It's a back and forth. But right now I feel calm because I'm like, okay, we do have other options. We can adopt, and we don't have to do that today. I feel like for fertility treatment I need to do that today because I'm 40. I need to start now. But for adoption, I feel like I have a little time. We can take a little time and do that. So anyways, that's it, and y'all have a blessed day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.